Hi again, everybody. This is Del Brennan of AFRTS Sports in Washington. Today, it's the fifth and final game of the National League playoffs at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, between the Pittsburgh Pirates and Cincinnati Reds. We'll be joining Reds broadcasters Al Michaels and Joe Nuxhall for today's game, already in progress in just a moment. This broadcast is authorized on the rights granted by the Pittsburgh Pirates and Cincinnati Reds solely for the entertainment of the AFRTS listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Pirates and Reds is prohibited. Rain delayed the game for an hour and a half. They're underway now. It's the top of the second with Pittsburgh at bat. No score. Let's go to Cincinnati and Reds broadcaster Al Michaels.
Less than a foot. Big break for the Reds as Hebner tees off. That's a double for sure, and may score a run if it caroms the wrong way for Geronimo. Simply a strike, and the count is 1-1. Best ball Hebner's hit in the series. It is still very, very overcast here in Cincinnati, but those are not rain clouds above us. Broken pattern for the first time today, so the forecast says no more rain. 1-1 the count. Another set, a checker first. Back he comes, up high, ball 2. 2-1. On deck, Dave Cash. Cincinnati nothing, Pittsburgh nothing in the second inning. Manny Sanguin at first base and nobody out. At the belt. Here's a 2-1 pitch on the way. Hebner, it's a line drive. This time it's fair into the right field corner for a base hit. Geronimo cuts it off. Hebner is digging for 2, and the throw is not in time. Gets by Cheney and gets by Menke, and a run will score. And Hebner breaks for third, and he's in there. So the Reds, a defensive lapse as Morgan went out to cut the ball off, and it got by Cheney and Menke. And rolls to the fence as the Pirates take a 1-0 lead. We'll see how they scored. It should be a double for Hebner and then an error, and we'll see who they give it to. Cash is the batter. Runner at third and nobody out. Cash, a right-hand batter. Infield plays in. No run batted in on the play. Cash takes low and outside. Ball 1. 1-0. So the Pirates draw first blood. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. Richie Hebner at third base. And nobody out. Gullett ready. Back he comes. 1-0. Cash hits a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. And Hebner scores. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh. And the Reds will get busy in the bullpen. Pedro Bourbon will start to throw. So the Pirates on top. Johnny Bench going to the mound to talk with Gullett as Gene Alley comes up. 3 straight hits, a single by Sanguin, a double by Hebner to right, a single by Cash, and the Pirates are on top with Gene Alley getting set to bat. Tommy Hall also starts to throw in the Reds bullpen. Hall a left-hander and Bourbon a right-hander. Shepard, the Reds pitching coach, will now visit the mound. Gene Alley, the batter when play resumes, 0 for 12 in this series. So Gullett, a good first inning, and now he's getting rocked in the second inning. The other day he got rocked in the first and then settled down. And oft times, as Nux has mentioned time and again this year, Don's problem overthrowing the ball, and perhaps that's what Shep is talking to him about right now.
Real sure this is exactly what Larry Shepard, the pitching coach, is talking to Don about. He, again, seems to be, as you say, overthrowing the baseball instead of relaxing and let it go. And I thought the first inning, everything was all right, but all of a sudden here, Sanguin hit a good pitch on him. The line drive to left, but these last 3 hits have been, the last 2 hits have been right there for him to hit.
Shepard back in the dugout. Gene Alley, the batter, hit .248 during the year. 3 homers, 36 runs batted in. Cash away to his lead at first. The stretch by Gullett, and the pitch to Alley is over for a strike. It's 0-1. This is the first time in the series that the Pirates have had the lead off the bat. Strike one pitch on the way is swung on, hit in the air to left center field. Colin is over and back to make the catch, one away. So Alley flies to center. He is now 0 for 13 in the series, and up comes Steve Blass, who hit .183 during the year.
Al, it appears right now they're just sitting on his fastball. They're just saying, well, I know he's going to throw it. I'm going to sit here and wait till he throws it up to 2 strikes.
As a hitter the other day, 0 for 3, but it took a great catch by Rose to rob him of a hit in Pittsburgh in Game 1. Gullett to the plate, and Glass bunts foul, 0-1. On deck is Rennie Stennett. Pittsburgh 2, Cincinnati nothing in the second inning. Dave Cash at first base, and 1 out. Hall and Bourbon in the bullpen. Menke ready to charge in from third. Perez at first. The outfielder around toward right. Strike one pitch. Blast bunts foul again in the count 0-2. So Blast out of the box to check with third base coach Frank Osiak. Now Steve waiting. Gullett checks with bench. Don is set, and the strike 2 pitch. Blast takes high around the bunt, letting it go by, and the count is 1-2. A single by Sanguillen, a double by Hebner, and an error charge to Cheney on the same play, producing 1 run. A single by Cash the second. Blast bunts foul, strike 3. So Steve strikes out, fires his bat back toward the dugout, and is 2 away. Second strikeout for Gullett. 2 down in the second inning, and up comes Rennie Stennett, who flied to right in the first inning. During the regular season, these two clubs met 12 times, with the Reds winning 8 out of 12. The Reds won 4 of 6 here at Riverfront Stadium. Rennie Stennett takes in the dirt. The ball bounces high off the plate to the backstop, and Cash goes to second. Takes the turn there and holds as bench retrieves. A wild pitch charged to Gullett. So Blast is unable to sacrifice, but Don Gullett throws the first pitch to the next batter, Stennett away, and so the Pirates the same situation as if Blast had been successful. Runner at second. 2 down. 1-0 the count. Gullett getting some dirt out of his spikes, some mud. The mound, of course, covered during the delay, but it's still moist. It's taken some rain today. Gullett has to do some scraping. Now the left-hander looks in, takes the sign. Cash off to his lead at second. The stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. He reaches out and fouls it away. Out of play, 1-1. Sparky Anderson has said that any pitcher is available to work today except Ross Grimsley, who went yesterday, and Gary Nolan, who pitched Monday. Gullett ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. In the dirt and blocked by Bench. A save of a wild pitch by Johnny, and the count is 2-1. On deck. Gullett ready. Here's a 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, grounded sharply to Menke. Stays with it at third. Straightens up, throws him out to retire the side. Stennett hit a bullet on one hop, but right to Menke, and the Pirates are down in the second. They get 2 runs. Both are earned. 3 hits. There was 1 error. 1 runner left on. At the end of an inning and a half, Pittsburgh 2, Cincinnati nothing.
Since we joined the game in progress, let's go back over what you missed. The first inning at Cincinnati. The game began 1 hour and 28 minutes after its scheduled 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time starting time, with a very light drizzle still falling. Stennett led off, fly out to Geronimo in right field. Oliver was called on strikes. Clemente singled up the middle, and Stargell popped to Perez at first base to end the first inning. For Pittsburgh, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. In the home first, Pete Rose led off, grounded out, Cash to Stargell. Joe Morgan second up, flied out to Oliver on the warning track, and then Dave Cash threw out Tolan. So for the home first for the Reds, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. And as you heard in the top of the second, Pittsburgh came up with 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. That's where we are right now, the middle of the second, with Pittsburgh out in front, 2-0, and this, of course, this game decides the National League champion to face either Detroit or Oakland, as the Tigers won dramatically. We'll talk more about that later, 4-3 today in Oakland.
Bottom of the second inning, Pittsburgh leading 2-0. The Reds will send up Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, and Dennis Menke. Bench is 4 for 14 in this series. Johnny hit .270, led the majors in homers with 40, and in runs batted in with 125. Outfield deep, well around third last. Steve Blass to the plate with a slow curve for a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Blass, a big motion, a quick motion, and his change off that motion is very effective. The next pitch, a blooper ball, swung on and popped up in the air, right side of the infield. Stargell is waiting and calling and makes the catch, 1 away. We've seen Blass do it. We saw him do it in New York. Not quite an Ephus pitch, but sort of a balloon ball. Throws it up in the air and entices the batter, and Bench, biting at it, pops out.
Well, Al, of course, any change-up or off-speed pitch, the motion is just as important as the speed of the pitch. He has good motion.
Tony Perez, the batter, fouls the first pitch back to the screen, and the count 0-1. Perez in this series is 3 for 16. Tony during the year hit .283 with 21 home runs, 90 runs batted in. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. On deck, Dennis Menke. Pirates 2, Reds nothing. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the second. Blass with a sign, and the strike 2 pitch to Perez is just off the plate outside. Ball 1. 1-2. The Reds coaches, Alex Kramis at third, George Scherger coaching at first. Blass heaves a sigh, looks in and takes a sign from Sanguian. The right-hander is ready, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Perez takes low, ball 2, 2-2. In Blass's game on Saturday, when he won, he pitched 8 1/3 innings, allowed 1 earned run, 8 hits, walked 4, and struck out 1. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Perez, taken just off the plate outside. They check it first, and nope, it's a ball, according to the umpire, Kibler. Full count. Perez tried to hold up in time and just barely did. So a full count, 3-2 on Perez. Menke waiting on deck. The line by Blass, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him on a fastball. Blass gets his first strikeout. 2 down. Steve has set down the first 5 men he has faced, and the batter is Dennis Menke. Menke is 3 for 13 in this series. Denny hit .235 this year, 9 home runs, 50 runs batted in. The wide by Blass, and the pitch to Menke is hit foul off to the right, back out of play, 0-1. Blass ready to work again. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Fastball fouled back again, 0-2. Geronimo waiting on deck. 2-0 Pirates, 2 out, bases empty. Bottom of the second. Blass ready, and a strike 2 pitch on the way is outside. A slider misses. Ball 1. 1-2. Steve from Canaan, Connecticut. The line of the 1-2 pitch on the way is outside. Slider missing. Ball 2. 2-2. Glass working with 3 days rest. During the season, he mainly worked with 4 days rest. Steve, 30 years old, 6-footer, weighs 170. The right-hander winds, and the 2-2 to Menke is outside, ball 3. So Glass goes to his second full count, 3-2 on Denny. Glass to his motion, and the 3-2 pitch to Menke is grounded foul outside third. Count holding. Glass, a 19-game winner with the Pirates this year, led the staff in victories. Was going for 20 against the Mets in his last start, but got hit on the elbow and had to leave the game. The 3-2 pitch is high, ball 4. So the Reds have their first base runner as Glass got 2 quick strikes on Menke and then walked him. We pause for station identification.
This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
5 o'clock in the afternoon in the east. They start Geronimo the batter. Left-hand hitter. Hit 275 this season. First pitch is swung on and grounded sharply to Stargell. He stays with it, steps on first, and the side is retired. So Stargell makes the play unassisted. The Reds go out in the second. No runs, no hits. 1 runner left on at the end of 2. Pittsburgh 2, Cincinnati nothing.
In those totals for the American League playoff game today, won by Detroit. They'll have a sudden death thing tomorrow coming up at Detroit again. Tigers 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Oakland 3 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. Hill the winner, Horland the loser. Vida Blue pitched so well in the inning before, in the 9th inning, was taken out for a pinch hitter. Bob Locker came in to pitch for Oakland. McAuliffe single to right, Kaline single to left for the Tigers. McAuliffe stopping at second. Joe Horland came in to pitch for Oakland. Gates Brown batted for Stanley. McAuliffe advanced to third base, and Kaline to second on a wild pitch. Brown walked in a 3-2 pitch to load the bases. Dave Hamilton warming up for Oakland. Bill Freehand grounded the bando. It was through to Tennis for an attempted force out on Brown at second, but Tennis dropped the ball for an error. McAuliffe scoring to make the score 3-2 and leaving the bases loaded. Hamilton came in to pitch for Oakland. Cash walked in 3-2 pitch to Forson Kaline with a tying run, and then Jim Northup stepped up, hit a fly ball over the head of Matty Alou in right field to score Brown and give Detroit that 4-3 win.
Third inning in the game that will decide the National League champion. It's 2-0 Pittsburgh, and for more play-by-play, Joe Nuxhall.
All right, Al, thank you. It'll be Al Oliver, Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell in the third inning for the Pirates. Oliver struck out in the first inning, was called out on strike. In the championship series, Oliver, a .294 batting average, has had 5 hits and 17 times to the plate, 4 of them for extra bases, 2 doubles, a home run, and a triple. First pitch, check swing, ground ball. Menke backhands at third in the pit, throws to Perez, 1 away. Well, Menke, 2 fine defensive plays already this afternoon. A shot off the bat of Stennett to wind up things in the second inning. And a good example of what can happen when the turf gets wet here. That ball was picking up speed once it hit the turf to Menke off the bat of Stennett. 1 away, and here's Roberto Clemente. Clemente singled to center field in the first inning. Pirates 2, Reds nothing. Don Gullett has struck out 2. The Pirates have had 4 hits. Clemente takes down low ball. Well, it was kind of the opinion of everyone. The team had got the breaks this afternoon would win it, and Pirates have certainly gotten one already. 1-0 down low. It's 2 balls, no strike. The ball hit by Hebner down the right field line in the second inning. Geronimo's throw to second base trying to cut down Hebner, and no one covering at second. The ball going into foul territory, and a run scoring, and Hebner winding up at third. Clemente swings and hits one to center field. Bobby Tolan steps back a couple of steps, makes the catch, 2 away. 2 down, and here's Willie Stargell. Stargell in the first inning popped out to Perez at first base. Stargell has had 1 hit and 12 times to the plate, a double, and has driven in 1 run in the championship series. He has an .083 batting average. Gullett into his windup. His first pitch is over for a called strike, a breaking ball. So it's the final game of the championship series. Sliders outside, 1-1. Of course, the Tigers coming from behind to beat Oakland 4-3 this afternoon in 10 innings at Tiger Stadium. So 1-1. Stargell takes a curve that's low, and it's 2 balls to strike. Gullett on the year, won 9 and lost 10. His 2-1 delivery. Slider outside. 3-1 the count to Willie Stargell. Manny Sanguine waiting on deck with 2 away. Gullett's 3-1 delivery swung on and hit off the fifth, popped into foul territory. Joe Morgan moving behind Perez makes the catch, and that's all for the Pirates in the third as they go down in order. Nothing across, and at the middle of the third inning here at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Pittsburgh 2, Cincinnati nothing.
A spokesman for the Philadelphia Phillies said Tuesday that the National League Club had not decided on a new manager yet and would not, until at least after the World Series, make any announcement. The spokesman denied that General Manager Paul Owens has tabbed Dave Bristol, former Milwaukee Brewers and Cincinnati Reds skipper, for the job. Owens and Bristol met during the weekend in Pittsburgh at the National League playoffs, but it was not a formal interview. Said the spokesman, Dave has indicated he is interested. And he also added that Paul will interview him, meaning Owen, as well as 4 or 5 others in the next week to 2 weeks. He reiterated that he won't name a manager until after the World Series or until the end of the month. The manager, Owens, the former Philadelphia Phillies farm director, was named the GM last season after John Quinn was fired. So that's the latest on the new manager for the Philadelphia Phillies.
For the Reds in the bottom half of the third, Darrell Cheney, pitcher Don Gullett, and Pete Rose. Cheney in the championship series hitting .167, 2 hits and 12 times the plate. Steve Blass, his first pitch, a fastball over for a called strike. Steve Blass, 19-8 on the regular season. His 0-1 delivery, change curve in for called strike 2, and Blass out in front, 0-2 to Darrell Cheney. Blass winning one of the 2 victories the Pirates have had in the series, winning the opener for Pittsburgh 5-1, 8 in the third inning. Here's the 0-2. Missing outside with a fastball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. An hour and 30-minute delay before the game started. 1-2 delivery. Change is swung on, line to right field, a base hit. Roberto Clemente takes it on the first bounce, and Darrell Cheney gets the first hit for the Reds off Steve Blass. Blass throwing that slow curveball, and Cheney staying back on it and lining it to right field for a base hit. Well, Cheney leads off the inning with a single, and here's Don Gullett. Gullett was 1 for 2 Saturday in Pittsburgh. He had a single up the middle into center field. Blass, the stretch, having a shallow at third, expecting the bunt. He does, squares bunt first base side. It works. Blass has it, goes to Cash covering at first base, and down to second base goes Darrell Cheney. The play goes 1-4 on Don Gullett. And here's Pete Rose with 1 out and Cheney at second base. Rose in the first inning grounded to Cash. Pete, the leading hitter in the championship series. Rose has a .471 batting average. He's had 8 hits and 17 times to the plate. Next to Pete is, well, let's see. And the Reds club is Bobby Tolan hitting .294. Blass the stretch. Looks back at Cheney. Delivers to Rose. Pete swings and bounces it fair over the head of Stargell, and that is still a run.
throws on his way to second. Stargell up with the ball, no play, and into second base goes Pete Rose. So what looked like a routine ground ball hits the cutout in the sliding pit and bounces over the head of Willie Stargell. Willie getting the glove on it, but couldn't control it, and that'll be a base hit for Pete Rose. So a break for the Cincinnati Reds. Boy, oh boy, the wild baseball here the last week in this championship series in both places, the American League and the National League. So Darrell Keeney scores from second base, give Pete Rose a double, his ninth hit in the championship series. It's a 2-1 ball game, and Joe Morgan steps to the plate. Morgan in the first inning sent Oliver to the warning track in center field, all in his fly ball. Rose at second, 1 out, 2-1, Pirates lead. Blast to the belt, looks back at Rose, delivers to Morgan, a change curve, up high, it's 1-0. The Reds now with 2 hits off Steve Blast. The outfield around to the right. Blast set, and his pitch to Morgan is low and inside. It's 2 balls, no strike. Boy, there's some charged up baseball fans here at Riverfront Stadium this afternoon. 2-0 the count for Morgan. Bobby Tolan on deck. Morgan has hit 2 home runs in this series. The 2-0 delivery. Joe swings and pulls it deep down in right field. Clemente going over. It is a foul ball. And by a very little margin. No more than 3 to 4 feet at the very most. And we almost thought the Reds were going to be in front 3-2, but a long strike. So the count, 2 balls, 1 strike to Joe Morgan. Some kind of racket here at Riverfront Stadium. Cheering on every pitch. Blast ready with his 2-1 delivery. Here it is. Morgan swings and fouls, backing out of play, and the count evens at 2-2. Bobby Tolan standing on deck. Rose at second base, 1 away. Pirates scoring 2 in the second. The Reds have picked up 1 here in the third. The Pirate outfield giving Morgan a lot of room down the left field line. Joe, a pull hitter. And Alley almost behind the bag at second, the shortstop. All right. 2-2 delivery. Change is swung on and bounced slowly to Cash. He charges, has it, underhands it to Stargell on the play. Rose moves over to third base. Morgan out, 4-3. 2 away, and Bobby Tolan steps to the plate. Tolan in the first inning grounded to Cash. That was Blast's slow curveball. Morgan actually double hitching on it, but still hitting a soft ground ball. Tolan in the series is hitting .294. He's had 5 hits and 17 times to the plate. He's driven in 4 runs, a double and a triple. He leads the Reds in that department. Next is Joe Morgan with 3. Johnny Bench has driven in 1, and Tony Perez has driven in 2 runs. Rose has driven in 1. Now 2. Here's the first pitch to Tolan, swung on and foul. Slider low and inside. The count 0-1. Pete Rose at third base. Rich Hebner's in shallow at third, knowing Tolan will bunt. It's 0-1. The count. Blast into the windup. His pitch. Bob swings, slow bouncer, first base side. The blast off the mound has it. Throws to Stargell, and that's all for the Reds. But in the inning, they pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Pirate errors. 1 runner left on base at the end of 3. It's the Pirates 2, the Reds 1.
The Pittsburgh catcher, Manny Sanguin, has to keep on his toes with the fast base runner Cincinnati has. And Bucks manager Bill Verdon commented on this catcher just before the game today.
The only difference I can see in Sangy's throwing is he hasn't thrown as many strikes as he did in years past. Now, how come? I don't know. Maybe it's because the pitchers aren't holding him close enough and he has to hurry a little bit more. That's possible, but still the catcher's job, whether the pitcher has held the runner close or not, is still to catch the ball and to throw the ball where the second baseman can handle it. And in the past, I think Sangy's done it 100%. I think this year he's been off just a little bit. But I'm not concerned about it in the series. They've got some good runners, and Sangy's a good catcher and a good thrower, and let the best club have the best advantage, and I still think that's going to be on our side.
Bucks manager Bill Verdon talking about his catcher Manny Sanguin. Pete Rose stole a couple of bases on him yesterday, and he hasn't been exactly sharp on his throws down to second thus far.
3 inning totals. Pittsburgh, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Reds, 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. Manny Sanguin will lead off the fourth for Pittsburgh. Back with the action, Al Michaels.
All right, Nux, Sanguin, Hebner, and Cash, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up, and those were the hitters that did the damage in the second inning when the Pirates scored both runs. Pittsburgh 2 in the second, Cincinnati 1 in the third, 2-1 Pirates, and in the fourth inning, Sanguin leading off, singled in the second. He's 4 for 13 in this series. A .298 hitter during the regular season with 7 home runs, 71 runs batted in. Reds play him around toward right. Manny Sanguin, born in Panama, now living in Pittsburgh. Never played baseball until he was 19 years old. Swings, it's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. So the free-swinging Sanguin, who likes to go after the first pitch, does so here and lines his second base hit. Actually grounded it up through the middle for the 5th hit for the Pirates. And his 5th hit in the series. Richie Hebner will be the batter, and in the bullpen, left-hander Tommy Hall and right-hander Pedro Bourbon, who are up and working in the second inning, are working again. Richie Hebner missed lining one fair down the right field line by less than a foot in the second inning, and then lined one fair for a double. Swings at the line drive to center. Tolan coming on, has to play it on a hop. It's a base hit, and Sanguin stops at second. So Hebner has 3 hits in the series, all against left-handers, and the batter is Dave Cash. Bench goes to the mound. Cash singled in the second inning. So Gullit today has had no trouble with Stennett and Oliver and Stargell. Clemente has a hit, but the damage has been done by Sanguin, Hebner, and Cash, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. The Pirates runners at first and second. Nobody out. Cash, the batter, he singled in the second inning to drive in a run. He's 3 for 16 in this series. Sparky Anderson is going to the mound. And, of course, today Sparky will waste no time going to the bullpen. He and Johnny Bench have a signal. If Bench doesn't think the pitcher has the type of stuff necessary, he will look over and give Sparky a certain sort of look. And that will bring a pitching change if Bench gave him that look. Right now, Sparky is out at the mound, and it looks like he is stalling for time. I would have to guess at this point. He's looking toward the bullpen where Hall and Bourbon are throwing. The plate umpire, Donatelli, is out there to try to speed things along. And now Sparky signals to the bullpen. He wants Bourbon. So Gullit has to leave. He goes 3 innings plus. And Don is charged with 2 runs. The 2 men on base are his responsibility. He gave up 6 hits. No walks and 2 strikeouts. So Sparky Anderson has to go to the bullpen early, and Pedro Bourbon, the right-hander from the Dominican Republic, on to work. It'll be his 3rd appearance in the series. Bourbon pitched in the first game Saturday in Pittsburgh and retired all 6 men he faced on ground balls. Did not pitch Sunday, but then worked on Monday. Faced 3 men Monday. He faced Hebner and hit him with a pitch. He faced Sanguin and gave up a single, and then Alley sacrificed, and Bourbon came out. So he has no decision in the playoffs so far. He's worked total of 2 in the third innings, allowing 1 run and 1 hit, no walks, and no strikeouts. Pedro Bourbon, who this spring was really a long shot to make the Reds pitching staff, acquired a couple of years ago in the Alex Johnson trade from the California Angels, was with the Reds briefly in 70, briefly in 71, but spent most of 71 in the minors at Indianapolis. Came to spring training and was given a chance to make the club and had a tremendous spring, and they kept him. And Bourbon was one of the more valuable and certainly one of the more underrated Reds of 1972 as he worked his duties in long relief, short relief, middle relief, even started the game. So Bourbon has a rubber arm and can really pitch every day. He's one of those types. Gets set to face Dave Cash. 4th inning, 2-1 Pittsburgh. Nobody out. The Pirates have Manny Sanguin at second and Richie Hebner at first. Menke in shallow at third. The pitch to Dave Cash is swung on and grounded foul. Off to the left, 0-1. On deck, Gene Alley. Pittsburgh 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Reds 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. Menke now with Cash swinging away on the first pitch. Then he backs up a couple of steps. The next pitch is looped into left center field. That's in for a base hit. Dolan cuts it off. Around third comes Sanguin. He scores to make it 3-1. Hebner stops at second. So Dave Cash, a base hit, and the 5, 6, and 7 hitters do it again as all 3 of them come through with hits. The Pirates runners at first and second, still nobody out. And the batter, Gene Alley, who flied to center in the second inning. Glass comes out on deck. So Cash has his second run batted in, and the Pirates are on top by 2. They have 7 hits in 3 innings plus. Hebner at second, Cash at first. The pitch to Gene Alley is up high, ball 1. Tommy Hall throwing in the Cincinnati bullpen. Outfield shading Alley toward right. In the series, Alley is 0 for 13. Bourbon back to the plate. Breaking ball hit in the air to right center field. Cesar Geronimo moving over. He's there to make the catch, and the runners hold. 1 away. That brings up Steve Blass, who tried to bunt in the second inning and bunted foul to strike out. Johnny Bench going to the mound. As Blass comes up in what figures to be a bunt situation. Perez in shallow at first base. Menke has to hold back at third, then even with a bag. Cheney and Morgan each up a couple of steps. Bourbon checks with Bench. Pedro a long look at John and now steps off the rubber. Wants a new set of signs. Hebner away to his lead at second. Cash off first. 3-1 Pittsburgh. 1 out, 2 on, 4th inning. Extended on deck. Bourbon at the belt, and his first pitch to Blass. He swings away, hits a grounder to Morgan at second. Cheney 1, back to first, double play. So the Pirates get 3 hits and a run, and then Bourbon gets Alley and Blass, and the inning is over. The Pirates will run 3 hits. They leave 1. At the end of 3 1/2, it's Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 1.
The manager of the Tidewater Tides, Hank Bauer, today was named Manager of the Year in the AAA International Baseball League. He beat Louisville manager Darrell Johnson by 1 vote in a poll of the league's baseball writers. The poll was announced in Rochester, New York today. Under Bauer, the Tides finished 3rd in the league, but won the Governor's Cup in postseason play. Bauer, of course, had the Baltimore Orioles in the World Series a few years ago. Bauer formerly with the Yankees, among other teams, and of course Darrell Johnson also at one time was in the Yankee organization. Taking a look now at what happened in the National Basketball Association opening night on Tuesday. Baltimore Bullets over Cleveland 102-90. Atlanta Hawks defeated the Buffalo Braves 120-109. The New York Knicks upending Seattle 113-89. And it was the Chicago Bulls in a low-scoring game, at least for NBA caliber. The Bulls 95 and the Philadelphia 76ers 89. Looks like we'll have a high-scoring game here in the final game of the National League playoffs of Cincinnati as we return to Riverfront.
Bottom of the fourth inning at Cincinnati. This is Al Michaels with Joe Nuxhall, and we hope you've been enjoying our broadcast of the National League Championship Series. Great pleasure for us to go out not only on the Reds Baseball Network, but all around the country, even out to Hawaii and around the world on American Forces Radio. Johnny benched Tony Perez and Dennis Menke in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bench popped out in the second. Johnny is 4 for 15 in the championship series. Steve Blass into his lineup, and his first pitch to bench is down low, ball 1-0. Don Gullett, you can close the book on Don. He worked 3 innings plus, charged with 3 runs, 6 hits, no walks, and a pair of strikeouts. 1-0 to bench. Johnny takes up and in. Ball 2-0. Gene Alley pulled over toward the hole at short. Ebner is backed up at third. Cash plugging up the middle at second. Shargel about 15, 17 feet off the line at first, and the outfield very deep and around toward left. 2-0 pitch to bench. Johnny swings, grounds it sharply to Hebner at third. Richie stays with it. His long throw and plenty of time. 1 away. Bench gone, and the batter, Tony Perez. Glass getting the Reds, for the most part, hit the ball on the ground today. The other day, the Reds were hitting almost everything in the air off Steve. Tony Perez struck out in the second inning. Right-hand batter waits at the plate, swings, lifts it in the air down the right field line and foul ground. Scargill coming over to the seats, but won't have a play. It's back at about the fourth row. 0-1. Pirates 3, Reds 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the fourth. Glass standing on the first base side of the rubber, rocks to his motion, strike one, pitches a changeup, hits a deep left foot foul, back out of play. 0-2. Glass with his full assortment today, fastball, slider, the curve that he calls the slop drop, the change, and the blooper pitch. Strike 2 pitch on the way. Fastball missing low. Ball 1. 1-2 on Tony Perez. On deck, Dennis Menke. The line by Blass. 1-2 pitch to Perez. Got him swinging. Tony strikes out for the second time. So they've been able to handle Perez in this series. Tony now 3 for 18. 2 down in the fourth inning, and Dennis Menke the batter. Menke walked in the second after Blass had him 0-2. The right-hander delivers outside and low, ball 1, 1-0. On deck is Geronimo. Pittsburgh, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Cincinnati, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. Glass back to the plate, 1-0. Menke reaches out and grounds it to short. Alley has to wait, throws to first in time. Then he tries to check his swing and rolls out to the shortstop. So Blass now is set down 5 in a row. The Reds go out in order in the fourth inning, and at the end of 4 full, Pirates 3, Reds 1. Fifth inning, 3-1 Pirates, top of the order. Rennie Stennett to lead off for the Bucks. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Pedro Bourbon working in relief of Don Gullett. He'll face Stennett, Oliver, and Clemente. The next pitch is a fastball inside, 1-1. Stennett is flied to right and grounded to third. In the series, he is 5 for 19. Bourbon ready. Back he comes, 1-1. Breaking pitch just missing. Ball 2. Bench upset about the call. 2-1. Menke even with a bag at third. 2-1 pitch swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Stennett like Sanguine from Panama. Signed as an outfielder, played the infield when he first came up with a box, second base. And in this series, he started every day in left field. Here's a 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, chopped on 2 hops to Perez at first. He flips to Bourbon, covering in time. Pedro almost overran the bag. 3-1. 1 out, and Oliver the batter. The Cincinnati Reds urge you to support your local United Appeal campaign in Cincinnati and throughout the nation. This is the time for sharing with your neighbors during the National United Appeal campaign. Struck out and grounded out in 2 trips. Left-hand hitter, 0 for 2. Swings, hits a high fly ball to deep left. Rose started in, has to back up, has room, and makes the catch. 2 down. Left field, which was such a problem yesterday, is no problem today with the overcast skies. Lights are on. That's a problem here, though, in the outfield. There's a spot in left center and then right center where the ball will get in your eyes, and it's happened on occasion this year. We've seen several balls lost in the lights. 2 down, Roberto Clemente, the batter. Singled in the first, flied out in the third. 1 for 2. Bourbon's first pitch is fouled back, 0-1. Clemente is 4 for 16 in the championship series. A single and a homer yesterday and a single today. Bourbon back to the plate. Fastball very high. By bench and all the way to the backstop, 1-1. With the bases empty in the 5th inning at Riverfront Stadium. Pirates leading 3-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way. Fouled straight back to the screen, and it's 1-2. I would imagine when the Reds come up in the 5th inning, Sparky Anderson will have somebody loosening up in the bullpen. Bourbon is due to bat third when the Reds hit in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball just missing outside. 2-2. The Pirates, 2 in the second, 1 in the fourth. The Reds scored in the third. The wide by Bourbon, and the 2-2 to Clemente. Got him looking. Ball, strike 3. Roberto out on strikes. Bourbon gets his first strikeout. Pedro has set down 5 in a row, and the Pirates, for the first time, the second time in the game, go out 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, and nobody left after 4.5. It remains Pirates 3, Reds 1.
Now this message on behalf of the Survivors Benefit Plan for Servicemen.
Military members can now provide an automatic survivor income of up to 55% of retired pay to widows and dependent children. The Survivor Benefit Plan, SBP as it's called, also allows persons retired to provide on a voluntary basis the same protection to their families. The program includes members of the reserve components of the Army National Guard and Air National Guard, with participation starting at age 60 when retired pay starts. The government pays a substantial part of the cost of the new SBP, making reductions in a retiree's pay smaller for the amount of family protection gained. If you're a career member of the Armed Forces right now, find out about the new benefits available to your family through the Survivor Benefit Plan. It's a way to buy time. Time to get your family off on a good start. Time to finish the job that you may not be able to finish yourself. The Survivor Benefit Plan is another reason why a career in the Armed Forces is a good deal.
Have the upper hand as they lead 3-1. Bottom of the 5th inning and the bottom of the order for the Reds. Cesar Geronimo, Darrell Cheney, and then Pedro Bourbon due up. Sparky Anderson in the dugout, and he is talking with Ted Eulander. So that's the tip-off as to who will hit for Bourbon. In the bullpen is left-hander Tommy Hall. Cesar Geronimo swings on a changeup and drills it to deep right. Back goes Clemente. He's gone! it's 3-2. And Darrell Cheney is the batter. A home run just clearing the right field fence. Hit either a changeup or a curve. Off-speed pitch. Cheney the batter. The pitch to Darrell is rolled foul toward first base. 0-1. Eulander on deck to hit for the pitcher, Bourbon. Cheney singled in the third when the Reds scored their other run. So it's the Pirates 3 and the Reds 2 as Cesar Geronimo homers. Nobody out, bottom of the fifth. The next pitch to Cheney, in for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Blast line, strike 2 pitch on the way. Cheney swings and misses, strike 3. Blast gets his third strikeout. One out in the fifth inning, and Ted Eulander comes up to bat for Pedro Bourbon. Eulander in his first season with the Reds started very few games. He was the 10th leading hitter in the American League last year with Cleveland. He had 288. He was traded for pitcher Mill Wilcox. For the Reds this year, though, Eulander had 159. No homers, 6 runs batted in. It's the second time he's been up in the playoffs. He was a pinch hitter on Saturday in Pittsburgh and singled to left. He's a good bunter. The pitch to Eulander is low, ball 1. 1-0. On deck is Pete Rose. Pirates 3, Reds 2. 1 out of the fifth. The next pitch, Eulander takes a strike, and the count is even, 1-1. So Bourbon goes 2 innings, gives up no runs, 1 hit, no walks, 1 strikeout, and Tommy Hall will pitch the 6th. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Eulander takes outside, just missing. Ball 2, 2-1. Glass has given up 3 hits in 4 1/3 innings. He's walked 1 and struck out 3. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Eulander. Outside, ball 3. 3-1. Eulander looking at third base coach Alex Stramis. Outfielder shading him toward left. Hebner is playing in front of the bag and close to the line at third. When Geronimo hit his home run, he was 1 for 17 in this series.
Now there's no question in my mind. I think Cesar went up to the plate and says, I'm going to wait until he throws me it. And he threw it to him on the first pitch, and Cesar hit a rope out of here. In this ball game, I tell you, I think it's going to be a wild one. I don't know who's going to win, but it's going to be a wild one, I'm afraid.
Glass ready. Here's a 3-1 to Eulander. Swung on and grounded to Stargell at first base on 2 hops, and Willie makes the play unassisted for the second out. So Eulander rolls out, and up comes Pete Rose, who grounded out in the first, and then hit a bizarre double off the seam where the AstroTurf meets the dirt in the first base sliding box. In the third, that drove in a run. Two out. Base is empty. Pirates leading 3-2. Hebner and Shallow at third. The outfield playing straight away. Glass winds. Pitch to Rose. Pete takes low. Ball 1. 1-0. Pittsburgh, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Cincinnati, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. 1-0 to Rose. Pete looks at the strike, and the count is even. 1-1. Rose has already set a record for most hits in a championship series. He has 9 in the 5 games. He is 9 for 19. 1-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner, a slider, and the count 1-2. Standing on the first base side of the rubber. Into his windup. Here's a 1-2 pitch on the way. Rose swings and misses, strike 3. So Glass gives up the homer and then sets down Cheney, Eulander, and Rose. And the Reds settle for a run. 1 hit. Nobody left on. At the end of 5, Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2.
Tournament favorite Lee Trevino quit practice today in England and was confined to bed under doctor's orders on the eve of the $62,500 Piccadilly World Match Play Golf Championship at Wentworth, England. Now, his manager said that the doctors say that Lee has a respiratory virus and is to stay in bed. His chances of playing are 80%. Trevino, runner-up in 1970, was installed as a 5-2 favorite for the three-day man-to-man event, which has a top-class selected eight-man field from the USA, Great Britain, Australia, and South Africa. Lee was drawn against fellow American Doug Sanders, also far from fully fit, and a man making his first appearance in the unique event. Sanders, a 12-1 bet, has had injections for muscle spasms in his shoulder and complained today of a stomach upset. Second favorite at 11-4 today, in today's odds, was reigning champion Gary Player of South Africa.
This is Al Michaels with Joe Nuxhall. The National League pennant at stake, Game 5 Championship Series in Cincinnati. The Pirates lead the Reds 3-2. The new Cincinnati pitcher is left-hander Tom Hall, 10-1 this season. 8 saves. A 2.61 earned run average, and he goes to work on Willie Stargell, Manny Sanguin, and Rich Hebner. Hall making his second appearance in the championship series. He was one of the big heroes for the Reds. Sunday, as the Reds evened the series at a game each. Hall in relief, worked 4 1/3 innings, gave up 1 run, 2 hits, and was the winning pitcher. Willie Stargell popped out and fouled out. He's 0 for 2 today, and he's 1 for 14 in the series. Tommy Hall into his windup, and the pitch to Stargell misses low in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-0. The Pirates got 2 in the second. The Reds came back with 1 in the third. The Pirates got 1 in the fourth. The Reds tied or came within 1 in the fifth on the homer by Geronimo to make it 3-2, and that's the way it stands right now. Left-hander working on left-hander. Hall to the plate. Stargell swings and foul tips it into Bench's glove. 1-1. Outfield swung well over toward right. Minky is a good 40 feet off the line at third base. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Stargell fouls it back, and the count 1-2. On deck is Manny Sanguin, and then we'll see Richie Hebner. It's been Sanguin, Hebner, and Cash doing all the damage today. All ready? Here's a 1-2 pitch to Stargell, missing outside. Ball 2. 2-2. Dulles started. Bourbon in the fourth. Pedro worked through the fifth, and now Tommy Hall. Picked up by the Reds from Minnesota in the deal that sent Wayne Granger to the Twins. Here's the 2-2 to Stargell, missing outside and low. Ball 3, and the count is full. Hall goes to his cap and to the rosin bag. Tommy from Riverside, California, into his windup, and the 3-2 to Stargell is swung on and grounded foul outside first. Count holding. Hall, 6 feet even, weighs 155. They call him the Blade. Born in Thomasville, North Carolina, now living in Riverside. He's 24 years old. 3-2 to Stargell, swung on and missed. Willie Stargell has to be talking to himself. He was hitless in the championship series against San Francisco last year. Had a bad month of September this year after a great season to that point. And here in the championship series, he's 1 for 15. Here is Manny Sanguin, who has twice singled and twice scored. So the free swinger from Panama, 2 for 2 and 5 for 14 during the playoffs. Reds playing him around toward right. The wind by Hall, and the pitch to Sanguin misses up and in. Ball 1. Pirates 3, Reds 2, 1 out, bases empty, top of the 6th. Hall, feet barely apart on the rubber, rocks to his windup. 1-0 pitch is fouled back. 1-1. deck is Richie Hebner. Already, here's a 1-1 pitch, fouled back, and the count 1-2. The 1-2 pitch to Sandian is swung on and fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes on Sandian with 1 out and the base is empty. If you joined us late, we had a 1-hour, 28-minute rain delay before the start of the game. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Inside, backing him away. Slider missing, 2-2. Punches over, has the sign. 2-2 to Sandian. Is swung on a high fly ball to left field. Pete Rose coming over, losing his cap, but staying with it, makes the catch. 2 down. Richie Hebner coming up. Hebner faced Gullit twice, doubled and singled in 2 trips, so again he faces a left-hander. And Richie better against left-handers than right-handers, which was really odd because when he first came up, they platooned him. He played against right-handers only. Open stance, he swings, hits a ground ball right side. Morgan fields, flips to Perez, covering, side retires. The Pittsburgh Pirates go down 1-2-3. Bourbon and Paul between them have set down 8 in a row. And at the end of 5 1/2, Pirates 3, Reds 2.
Heavy rain and cold weather in Budapest have not hampered interest in the Davis Cup tennis final to be played between the USA and Romania. Tickets are at a premium in the Romanian capital. The matches will get underway on Friday. Both teams have been forced to practice indoor on clay courts, similar to the ones to be used in the best-of-5 series. But Wednesday, both teams got in a short outdoor session as the weather cleared up somewhat. Romania's lineup is set with Elina Spazzi and Ian Tirak scheduled to play 2 singles matches each, and in the doubles. Stan Smith is scheduled to play in 2 singles matches, and in the doubles with Eric Van Dillen. It will be either Tom Gorman or Harold Solomon for the other singles assignment. Well, the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game finally got underway, an hour and 28 minutes late, and this is do or die day at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. We go to the home 6. The Reds need a run or 2 to get back in this ball game.
If the World Series is played at Riverfront, $8 reserve seats go on sale immediately after today's game. The ticket sale will be from the West ticket area of Riverfront. Some 8,000 reserve seats at $8 for each of the games go on sale at the same time, and the ticket office would open again tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Bottom of the 6th inning, Joe Morgan, Bobby Tolan, and Johnny Bench, with the Pirates leading 3-2. Steve Bryant ready to work on Morgan, and his first pitch is a fastball hit in the air to right center field. Roberto Clemente drifting in, waiting underneath, and makes the basket catch for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 away. Glass has set down 4 straight, 9 of the last 10. The only man to get on was Geronimo, who homered. So Morgan out for the 3rd time today. 1 away, Bobby Tolan the batter. Tolan is grounded out twice. Bobby hit 283 during the year. The pitch is a strike as he bluffs the bunt, 0-1. Pittsburgh, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Cincinnati, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. Glass back to the plate with a change over for a strike, 0-2. With fine control today, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, been ahead on almost everybody. Glass lines 0-2 to Tolan. Bobby hits a broken bat number on 1 hop to Cash. Dave throws to first, and there's 2 down. Johnny Bench, the batter. Bench popped out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. For the first time today, we can see blue sky. Is that a silver lining up there, Nux? Bench waiting at the plate with 2 down. The pitch is swung on, line sharply off the glove of Alley and out into shallow center field. Bench around first, and he'll hold as Alley comes up with the ball and gets it back in. It'll be a base hit for Bench off the glove of the shortstop. 4 hits for the Reds, and up comes Tony Perez, who has struck out twice. Perez in the series is 3 for 18. Tony had a hit in 4 trips against Glass Saturday. He struck out his last time up. He has struck out his first 2 times today, so Glass has struck Perez out 3 times in a row. Bench the tying run at first base. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Pirates leading 3-2. Bench held by Stargell. The stretch by Blast and the pitch on the way. Perez chops it foul at home plate, 0-1. Earlier today, the Detroit Tigers beat the Oakland A's 4-3. They'll play for the pennant in the American League tomorrow. In that game, the A's got 2 in the top of the 11th, and the Tigers came back with 3. Here's a strike 1 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. Clemente going back, has a play, and makes the catch on the warning track. So Perez a drive to deep right center, but Clemente back to make the catch, and the Reds out of the 6th. No runs, a hit, 1 left at the end of 6. Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2.
Well, the Cincinnati Reds, of course, brag about their fine hitting and base running, but Bucks manager Bill Verdon thinks he has the best pitching staff.
Well, I said earlier in the year that I wouldn't trade our staff for anybody's in baseball, and I still mean that, and I'll stick by that. And I think with the performance they've put forth all year has shown that I wasn't too far wrong, because I think our long suit is pitching. I can talk about the hitting all they want to, and our hitting is good, but our pitchers have done the job that nobody else could do in baseball.
Bucks manager Bill Verdon and his fine pitching staff. Steve Blass, the starting pitcher, still in there. He's the one that pitched that first game back last Saturday. Seems like a long time ago. Don Gullett no longer around, as Boyven came on in the 4th inning to get the Cincinnati Reds out of trouble when Pittsburgh scored one of their runs. But now we go to the top of the 7th, and the Pirates on top 3-2.
7th inning game moving along quickly. It's 3-2 Pirates, and for more play-by-play, here again is Joe Nuxhall.
All right, Al. Well, a lot of tension building here at Riverfront Stadium. Everybody's jumping around. For the Pirates in the 7th, it'll be Dave Cash, Gene Alley, and pitcher Steve Blass. Cash is 2 for 2 and has driven in 2 of the Pirates' 3 runs. He's singled twice. Tom Wall, 3rd pitcher, delivers to Cash up high a ball. Don Gullett started for the Reds, worked 3 innings, allowed 6 hits, and all 3 of the runs off Gullett, all earned runs. Pedro Bourbon 2 innings. Here's the 1-0. Cash takes high and outside. It's 2 balls, no strike. Bourbon working 2 innings, allowing 1 hit and striking out 1. All coming on in the 6th. 3-2. Pittsburgh leads. 7th inning. 2-0 the count to Dave Cash. Hall delivers. Cash takes a strike, a fastball, and it's 2-1. All into the windup. His 2-1 delivery. Cash swings on it and pops it into left field. Pete Rose moving a couple of steps to his left. Waits, makes the catch, 1 away. 1 down, and that brings up Gene Alley, the Pirate shortstop. Alley is 0 for 2. He's hit a fly ball to center and 1 to right field, and his 2 times to the plate. Moving to the on-deck circle, pitcher Steve Blass. All works. Alley swings and fouls into the mid of Johnny bench. 0-1. Pirates getting 2 runs in the 2nd inning, picking up 1 more in the 4th. The 0-1 delivery from Hall. Alley takes a breaking ball at the knees, called strike 2. One out, the base is empty. All leaning forward, gets the sign. And the 0-2. Fastball gets the inside corner, called strike 3. So Hall gets his second strikeout. 2 away here in the 7th, and it brings pitcher Steve Blass to the plate. Blass 0 for 2 in the second inning, trying to bunt on the third strike, fouled it. A strikeout, and in the fourth inning, he helped things along by grounding into a double play. And delivers the first pitch to Blass, swung on and pulled foul along the left field line. 0-1 to count. The Pirates have had 7 hits in the game, the Reds 4. Now the 0-1. Blass takes up high, a fastball. It's even at a ball of strike. On the season, wound up with 10 victories and 1 loss. 1-1 delivery. He swung on and missed a curve. It's 1-2. Tom Hall doing a great job for the Reds this year, coming over to Cincinnati from the Minnesota Twins in a trade for right-handed reliever Wayne Granger. Clay Carroll throwing down in the Reds bullpen. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that takes care of the Pirates here in the 7th as Hall gets 2 strikeouts. Nothing across for Pittsburgh in inning number 7, and at the middle of the 7th inning in the final of the championship series, it's the Pirates 3, the Reds 2.
The World Hockey Association will launch its first season tonight with 2 games on tap, Alberta at Ottawa and Quebec at Cleveland. Now, the National Hockey League has a number of games set, and to be exact, they have 7. Montreal's at Toronto, Vancouver at New York against the Rangers, the Boston Bruins at Detroit, Los Angeles will be in Buffalo, Atlanta at Chicago, Pittsburgh at St. Louis, and California at Minnesota. I think we mentioned the NBA has a few games, Boston at Detroit, Seattle at Philadelphia, and Los Angeles plays a new Kansas City Omaha team in Omaha, Nebraska. The American Basketball Association gets underway with their season Thursday night. Well, the time's kind of running out for the Cincinnati Reds, but we have another cliffhanger like we had earlier on AFRTS, the American League game, won by Detroit to even things up at 2 games apiece. Cincinnati has 3 more times up, though, to Pittsburgh's 2, and they only trail by 1 run. Let's see what happens.
For the Reds in the bottom half of the 7th inning, Dennis Menke, Cesar Geronimo, Darrell Cheney. Menke 0 for 1. He walked back in the 2nd inning. In the 4th inning, he grounded too short. Now, here we go in the 7th with the Reds at the plate. They've got 4 hits off Steve Blass. 2 of them extra bases. Pete Rose had a bat hot double in the 3rd inning, and then Geronimo lined a home run over the right field fence in the 5th. Blass is ready with his first pitch to Menke outside with a slider. 1-0. We'll have to put some change on my partner, Al Michaels. Looks like a wildcat pacing back and forth in here. So 1-0. Menke takes high. It's 2 balls, no strike. Blass has walked just 1, and the 1 walk is gone to Dennis Menke in the 2nd inning. Geronimo on deck. Clay Carroll throwing in the Cincinnati bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Pirates leading 3-2. Blass delivers. Menke swings and hits it deep to left, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Sent it in the middle of the warning track, waiting, makes the catch. A 1 away, and we pause for station identification. This. Joe Nuxhall with Al Michaels at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. The Pirates leading 3-2. First pitch to Geronimo is fouled out of play. Geronimo 1 for 2, a home run in the 5th inning. Pirates scoring 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. The Reds getting their runs, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 5th. The outfield shaded a bit to right for Geronimo. Glass delivers, fastball outside, it's 1-1. Del Cheney waits on deck. Glass lines and delivers. Geronimo swings and bounces it fair along the first baseline, grabbed by Stargell, and they're 2 away. Stargell taking the play unassisted. 2 out, and Del Cheney steps in. Cheney is 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd inning, moved to second on a sacrifice by Gullett, and scored on the bad bounce double by Pete Rose. Away, the base is empty. Glass into the windup. His first pitch to Cheney, swung on and missed. A breaking ball, low and inside. 0-1. Tommy Hall on deck, but should Cheney get on? No doubt about a pinch hitter. Here's the 0-1. Darrell takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Glass bringing a slider over the outside corner. 0-2 the count. Glass into the line, and his 0-2 delivery. Swung on and bounced back to the mound. Reaching above his head as Glass has it. Throws on to Stargell, and the Reds are out 1-2-3 in the 7th inning. Nothing across, and after 7 here at Riverfront, it remains the Pirates 3, the Reds 2.
Turning to a little bit of news about football, when the NFL training season started, the Dallas Cowboys had 3 players named Thomas on the roster. Dwayne Thomas and Isaac Thomas were traded, leaving only Bill Thomas. Well, the number 1 draft choice was placed on taxi squad until he completely recovered from a shoulder operation. The Boston College graduate says he is now set to go. He is ready to be activated and hopes the Cowboys will take care of that detail very shortly. Bob Thomas appears to be a cinch to break 1 record at Notre Dame. He has kicked 11 field goals thus far. The school record of 14 is held by Scott Hempel. Thomas is only a junior. Last year, he led the Fighting Irish in scoring with 36 points on 21 conversions and 5 field goals. This year, Thomas again leads the scorers with 28 points on 10 conversions and 6 field goals. We go to the 8th inning now with the Pirates coming up again, and they lead by 1.
7 inning totals. Pittsburgh, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. The Reds, 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. The top of the Pirate lineup due up in the 8th inning. Back with the action, Al Michaels.
All right, next couple of great playoff games today. In the American League, Oakland looked like they had the pennant wrapped up. They scored 2 in the 11th. Tigers came back with 3 to send the series to a 5th game tomorrow for all the marbles. This one here today for all the marbles. It's 3-2 Pirates. 8th inning. Rennie Stennett will lead off. Then we'll see Al Oliver and Roberto Clemente. And this will be Tommy Hall's last inning. He's due to lead off in the bottom of the 8th. If I had a guess, I would say Joe Haig will bat for him, and then Rose and Morgan in the bottom of the 8th. Rennie Stennett, fly to right, grounded to 3rd, grounded to 1st, 0 for 3, 5 for 20 in the series. Hall into his windup and comes to the plate. Fastball outside, ball 1. Hall has faced 6 men, retired them all, struck out 3. The last 11 Pirates in a row have gone down at the hands of Bourbon and Hall. 1-0 to Stennett, just off the plate outside, ball 2, 2-0. Oliver on deck. Outfield around toward right. The wind and the 2-0 pitch on the way is low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. The Pirates have not had a walk today. Already, here's a 3-0 offering. In for a strike, and it's 3-1. Stennett with his best move toward first. But Donatelli says, not by any means. 3-1. The wind, and the pitch is swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit. So Rennie Stennett leads off with a single here in the 8th inning. The first Pirate hit since back in the 4th when Dave Cash singled to drive in Pittsburgh's 3rd run. Up comes Al Oliver. Oliver got off to a great start in this series. Is 0 for 3 today, and he does not have a hit in his last 7 times up. 0 for 4 yesterday, left-hand batter. Minky in shallow at 3rd. The stretch and the pitch. Oliver bunts to the right of the plate, fielded by Bench. He has to go to first for the out, and down to second goes Stennett. So the Pirates sacrifice 2 to 4 as Rennie Stennett advances to second. And up comes Roberto Clemente, who singled in the 1st, flied out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. This is the first time he's faced Tommy Hall today. Facing Hall on Sunday, he flied out in his only appearance. They're going to walk him intentionally. So the Reds are going to walk Clemente to get to Stargell, who they've been able to handle with relative ease in this series. Willie will come up 1 for 15, and the Reds don't want to fool around with Roberto. Take their chances with the left-hand batter. And Stargell coming up. Activity in the bullpen for the Reds. Hall has to get out of the inning. Sparky doesn't want to bring Carroll in because he's got a hit for the toucher leading off in the bottom of the 8th. So Hall has to get out of it by himself. The Pirates have their first activity now of the day. Dave Justy is going down to heat up. Willie Stargell, 0 for 3 today, popped out, fouled out, struck out. 1 for 15 in the series. Left-hand batter. Is set. A glance at second. Pitch to Stargell is inside, ball 1. 1-0. Stennett at second. Clemente at first. 1 out in the 8th inning. 3-2 Pittsburgh. Already back to the plate he comes. Stargell swings and misses. 1-1. On deck is Sandian. Hit .248 against left-handers this year. However, he did have 10 home runs off lefties. Hit 23 off right-handers. All back to the plate, 1-1. Stargell takes just outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Carroll is now throwing again in the Cincinnati bullpen. At the bell, the glance at second. 2-1 pitch to Stargell. Swung out and missed. 2-2. Two on, 1 out. 8th inning. Pirates on top. 3-2. 2-2 the count on Stargell. All looking in. Tommy with a sign. Here's the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Got him looking. Ball, strike 3. Jammed him with a fastball when it looked like Stargell expected something out over the plate. Hall has his 4th strikeout. There's 2 down now in the 8th inning. And the batter is Manny Sandian, who has singled twice and flied out.
Now, that was a pretty good operation by Tom Hall. He throws him 4 straight breaking balls and throws that good fastball in on him. And I think Willie, as you said, was looking for a breaking ball one more time.
The attendance today is 41,867. Manny Sandian. He is 5 for 15 in the series. Right-hand batter. All set and delivers, and Sandian swings, pops it in the air, and foul ground off to the right. I don't think it's playable. Bench comes to the dugout, and it's back at about the 4th row. 0-1. Clay Carroll throwing in the Reds pen, and loosening up next to him is shortstop Dave Concepcion, who quite logically could be used as a pinch runner. If Joe Haig were to lead off and get on, I'm sure Concepcion would go out to run for him, either Concepcion or Foster. 0-1 the count. All is set. And the strike one pitch to Sandian. Swung on and missed. He takes a very high fastball. 0-2. The umpire's pen. Ramon Hernandez now going down to throw. All pitch to Sandian just outside. Ball 1, 1-2. The Pirates 2 runs in the second. The Reds got a run in the third. The Pirates 1 in the fourth. The Reds 1 in the fifth. It is 3-2 Pittsburgh in the eighth inning. With a sign from bench. The stretch. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled back. Sandian hanging in. Stennett, who led off with a single, is at second. Clemente, who is walked intentionally, on at first. Is set. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, a ground ball to Morgan at second. Tough hop, but he stays with it. Throws and gets him. Perez had it stretched all the way up. Argument at first base, and Burden is coming out. But I believe the replay will show that Sandian was out on a nice play by Morgan and a nice play by Perez. So Sandian gone, and down go the Pirates in the eighth. No runs, a hit. They leave 2 at the end of 7.5. Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2.
Talking about moving again, expansion moves in the major leagues, and 2 baseball teams are seriously considering moving to the city of New Orleans within the next 2 or 3 years. This is according to Louisiana Superdome director Ben Levy. Levy said that 2 club owners have told him they were ready to move to the giant sports arena being erected in New Orleans. But he said the club owners were not discussing the matter publicly for fear of dwindling attendance at games in their current homestand. The $129.5 million multi-purpose arena will be the largest such facility in the world. The New York Times said that the structure will make all other stadiums in existence as obsolete as Rome's Colosseum. Completion date is expected during late summer of 1974. It will accommodate 56,600 fans for baseball contests.
Bottom of the eighth inning, Bill Verdon put up a mild beat at first base on the play that ended the top of the eighth inning. I think the television replay left no doubt about it. Sandian was out. Morgan to Perez. In the bullpen, Dave Justy, a right-hander. Ramon Hernandez, a left-hander. In the Reds bullpen, right-hander Clay Carroll. He will pitch the ninth inning. Is coming out for a pinch hitter, Joe Haig, acquired from the Cardinals in May, and a deal that sent Bernie Carbo to St. Louis. Haig this year batted .243, 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in. So Hall is out. He goes 3 innings, no runs, a hit, 1 intentional walk, 4 strikeouts, his second fine effort. Joe Haig, left-hand batter, takes a changeup in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0. It'll be Haig, then the top of the order, Pete Rose, then Joe Morgan. Steve Blass has given up 4 hits in 7 innings. He has walked 1, struck out 4. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Change very high, ball 2, 2-0. Dave Concepcion and George Foster, I can see them both in the dugout. Either one ready to pinch run if Haig gets on. Here's Blass's 2-0 pitch, way outside, ball 3, 3-0 the count. Sandian calls time and goes to the mound. Oh boy. I have to over-dramatize anything. Just sit here and call it ball one, strike one. Don't even have to use an adjective. I think you can feel what's going on. 3-0 the count. Last ready, and the pitch, a strike. 3-1. All right, now does he get the hit sign or the take sign? What is it? Ramis flashing sign. Bob Robertson now playing first base for the Bucks. Stargell has come out. Last ready. And the 3-1 to Haig is low, ball 4. So the tying run is at first base, and Dave Concepcion will run for Haig. Burden is going to the mound. Dave Cash, Gene Alley, and Steve Blass are together. Sam Gian comes out. Hebner will now join the conference. Burden making his way to the mound. And in the bullpen, Justy and Hernandez. Blass will stay in. Pete Rose, the batter. So the top of the order coming up for the Reds. Pete Rose, an all-time championship series record. He has 9 hits.
You have to go back to yesterday and remember that Johnny Bench stole 2 bases on Manny Sanguin, although Steve Blass has one of the best moves in the league for a right-hander. Dave Concepcion has stolen 13 bases and 18 tries. What will happen?
We'll see now. Rose waits to the plate. The pitch on the way. Concepcion goes, and Rose fouls it back to the Reds play hit and run, and Pete fouls it off 0-1. Rose today grounded out in the first, doubled in the third, struck out in the fifth. He is 9 for 20 in the championship series. Morgan on deck. Pirates 3, Reds 2, bottom of the 8th inning. Concepcion at first base and nobody out. Hebner in very shallow at third base. Crowd going wild. Here's the stretch. Concepcion does not go. Rose bunts to Hebner at third. Rickey looks to first, throws to first, gets him there. Concepcion goes to second. So Cash covers. The play goes 5-4 on the sacrifice. The Reds have the tying run at second. Morgan, the batter. Burden coming out, so that will do it for Blass. Now, they'll probably bring in the left-hander, Ramon Hernandez. Hernandez is very tough against left-handed hitters, but we go back to Sunday when Hernandez faced Morgan. Joe hit a home run. So Morgan will be coming up. Justy and Hernandez in the bullpen. And the left-hander will come in. It'll be Ramon Hernandez. So Steve Blass goes 7 1/3 innings. He leaves the game. He can win it or have nothing to do with it. He cannot lose it. While the pitcher comes in, Dave Concepcion and Alex Gramis have a conference. Gramis, the Reds' third base coach. And Gramis, I'm sure, is going through every possibility with Concepcion on how to run the bases right now.
Aller down there checking right now. Davey is over there checking the condition of the area around third base, making sure that the footing is right and everything. And, of course, everything plays a part in this ball game today. The turf being wet, a ball hitting the hole could get through. The sliding areas are not wet. They're a bit damp, I guess I could put it that way, a bit damp. They have put a lot of compound at third base in particular, so apparently that's the wettest of the 4 bases. So, here we go. Ramon Hernandez. I tell you, this guy has got a herky-jerky delivery, and he's tough to hit off of. And done a great job for the Pirates. But as you say, Morgan hit a home run off of him in Pittsburgh.
Here's a man who appeared in 53 games this season and didn't lose a game. He was 5-0. A 1.67 earned run average. He worked 70 innings, allowed 50 hits, walked 22, and struck out 47. So he is brought in to face Morgan, and the next batter is a left-handed hitter, Tolan, then bench, and by that time, if Hernandez doesn't have it, Then Verdon goes to the bullpen again and brings in the ace, Justy. Pittsburgh leading 3-2. Joe Morgan, the batter. Morgan is 0 for 3 today. He's fly to center, grounded out, fly to right. 5 for 18 in the championship series. Concepcion at second base. Off to a cautious lead. Morgan, a .292 hitter during the year. The outfield deep and around toward right. Robertson guarding the line at first. Hebner guards the line at third. Hernandez set. First pitch to Morgan. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. Hernandez, originally signed by the Pirates and let go, bounced around, went to Mexico, picked up last year, spent some time in the minors, called up during the year, and had a great season in 72 with the Bucs. The stretch. The strike one pitch on the way. Breaking ball, a ground ball to Dave Cash at second. He drops it, picks it up, throws, and gets him. And Concepcion goes to third. Oh, what a play at first base, and they call him out. So they get Morgan as Cash drops the ball, booted it, still had time to pick it up as he kept it in front of him and threw to first in time to get Morgan. And boy, is the replay close. But I think he got him. So there's 2 down, and the tying run is at third, and the batter is Bobby Tolan. Tolan has hit the ball 3 times today, all 3 times on the ground. He's grounded out on 3 occasions. He's 5 for 20 in the series. Left-hander against left-hander. Hernandez to his windup, and the pitch to Tolan is in the dirt and blocked by Sengi, and to save a wild pitch. 1-0. Bench on deck. Concepcion at third. 2 down. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled back, and it's 1-1. Hebner in shallow at third. Robertson deep at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Tolan. Bobby swings and misses, and it's 1-2. Actually just got a piece of it. Foul tipped it in and out of Sanguillen's glove. Bench on deck. A ball, 2 strikes to count. Hebner backing up at third. Tolan waiting. Hernandez working from a windup to his motion. 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball low. Ball 2, 2-2. Pittsburgh, 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Cincinnati, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Hernandez winds. 2-2 to Tolan. Bobby swings and misses. Strike 3. So Hernandez comes on and does the job. And the Reds leave the tying run at third base in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on. We go to the 9th with the score. Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2.
Another baseball manager has gotten the axe today. The California Angels have announced that they have fired manager Del Rice and replaced him with former college coach Bobby Winkles. Winkles, 42, joined the Angels as a coach early this year after a successful career as coach at Arizona State, where he won 3 national championships. General Manager Harry Dalton announced the changes at an Anaheim Stadium news conference just a while ago. Dalton himself was a newcomer with the Angels this season, coming to Anaheim from the Baltimore Orioles, where he was director of player personnel. Winkles was signed to a 1-year contract at an undisclosed salary. Dalton said Rice would be welcome to remain in the Angel organization if he wishes. Rice was not present at the announcement. Winkles, an inspirational type, never played baseball in the majors. An infielder, he spent 5 years in the Chicago White Sox organization.
Al Michaels along with Joe Nuxhall, 9th inning, 3-2 Pittsburgh. Clay Carroll, the new pitcher for the Reds. He'll face Rich Hebner, Dave Cash, and Gene Alley. Richie Hebner, left-hand batter, hits a curve in the air and foul ground off to the left. Dennis Minke might have a play, comes to the edge of the Pirate dugout and takes it in. 1 away. Hebner is gone. Dave Cash, the batter. He singled twice and flied out. Dave Justy had come back to the Pirate dugout. He will start to warm up again in the Pittsburgh bullpen. If you're Bill Verdon, what do you do in the ninth inning? Do you leave the left-hander in to face Bench, Perez, and Menke, or do you bring Justy in right away and let him pitch the ninth? That's the decision he's got to make. In the Reds pen, it is Jack Billing. It's McLaughlin loosening up. Cash hits a one-hopper to Menke at third and throws him out, and there's 2 down. Jim McLaughlin loosening up in the Reds pen. 2 down. Gene Alley, the batter. Alley is 0 for 3. Flied out twice and struck out. He's 0 for 15 in this series. Pirates on top, 3-2. Clay Carroll, pitcher number 4. Great relief work turned in by the Reds today. Pitch on the way to Alley is fouled back. 0-1. Nobody out on deck for the Pirates. Hernandez is due to bat next. Justy throwing in the pen. Carroll taking the sign from Bench. Here's the strike 1 pitch on the way. Curve outside. Ball 1. 1-1. Nelson Briles is throwing in the Pirate pen also. Curve outside. Ball 2. 2-1. Briles and Justy. Here's a 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on a slow chopper to third. Menke fields on the second hop. Throws and gets him. So a 1-2-3 inning. The Pirates out in order. And this place will go bananas right now because the Reds are coming up in the bottom of the 9th inning with the score. Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2.
Well, in case you didn't miss the exciting American League playoff game today at Tiger Stadium, and one was on AFRTS, the series is now even at 2-up. And, of course, Thursday will tell who will face the National League winner here in this game we're broadcasting right now, either Pittsburgh or Cincinnati. The Tigers, in one of baseball's more amazing comebacks, beat the Oakland A's 4-3 in 10 frames. Also tied the American League playoffs, as we mentioned, at 2 games apiece. After Oakland broke a tie with 2 runs in the top half of the 10th, Detroit rallied for 3 runs in the bottom of the inning to stay alive in the playoffs. Jim Northrup singled home the winning run after the tying run scored on a bases-loaded walk. Playoff goes to a 5th game in the siding contest tomorrow. And again played in Detroit. For the 2nd day in a row, the A's missed a chance to win the playoff and the pennant. They could have done it with a victory on Tuesday. With their 2 runs at the top of the 10th, it appeared they would do it on Wednesday. But then Matty Alou led off with a double. Ted Kubiak singled home the 2nd run. Then the Tigers came to bat. And as we mentioned, they did it as Jim Northrup, with the bases loaded, with the infield and outfield drawn in by Oakland manager Dick Williams, hit the ball over the right fielder's head, up against the fence. Of course, it goes as a single. The winning run coming in from third base, and that's all she wrote. Final again, the Detroit Tigers 4 and the Oakland A's 3. Well, Johnny Bench will lead things off for Cincinnati, their final hopes for 1972, and they must do it in this final inning against the Cincinnati Reds. Bourbon pitching, relieving Gillette in the 4th. Big blast starting for Pittsburgh. Ramon Hernandez came on in the 8th. Let's go back to Cincinnati now, Michaels.
Yes, and he was going for the down. 0-1. Bench has popped out, grounded out, singled. 1 for 3, 5 for 17 in the series. Justy ready, back he comes. Bench takes a slider outside. Ball 1, 1-1. Outfield deep and around toward left. 3-8-0 the totals for the Pirates. 2-4-1 for the Reds. Justy winds, and the 1-1 pitch to Bench is swung on and missed. Again a full rip on a sinker. 1-2. Justy drinking fastball, slider, palm ball. Good control. Tony Perez on deck. Justy bends in, takes the sign. The right-hander winds, and the 1-2 pitch to Bench. Johnny swings and drills it a mile, but foul. Boy, he had all of that one, but foul by plenty. Hit it up into the red seats, the upper deck. 1-2. Go wide. And the pitch to bench. Change hit in the air to deep right field. Back goes Clemente. At the fence. He's gone. Almost every home run to left field. Hits one to right. The game is tied. Here's Perez. Just to the plate. Perez swings. Base hit to center field. The pennant is at first base with nobody out. Clemente is the batter. Alex Gramis, the third base coach, will talk to him. George Foster is coming out to run for Perez. Johnny Bench, a home run to right field. Bill Verdon going to the mound. He's the coolest man in the ballpark right now. Everybody. 41,867 standing up. Watching another incredible game in this championship series, which will be remembered for a long time. Boy, it's amazing when you think about it. 1951, you went right down to the last game. Thompson hit the home run to win it for the Giants. 62, they went down to the last game. They went to the ninth inning. The Giants got 4 to beat the Dodgers. And now the Reds try to win it at the ninth. Justy will stay in. Foster at first base. He is the pennant-winning run. Dennis Minke, the batter, is deafening in here. Hebner ready to charge from third. Minke around a bunt, takes high. Ball 1. 1-0. On deck is Geronimo. Reds 3. Pirates 3. Nobody out. Bottom of the ninth inning. Everybody standing. Everybody. Justy is set. Minke around a bunt. Foul tipped it into the glove of Sandian for a strike. The pitch up and in, and he tried to back away. 1-1. Foster at first base. Austin's lead. Justy set and a 1-1 pitch. Minke bunts foul. Back to the screen. 1-2. So now 2 strikes on Minke. And he looks down at Alex Gramis, the third base coach, to the side. Justy waiting Sandian. Foster up to his lead at first. 1-2 pitch outside, ball 2. 2-2. If we go to a 10th inning, the Pirates have Justy due to lead off, then Sennett and Oliver. Jim McLaughlin is throwing in the Reds' pen. Justy is set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Minke. Low, ball 3. Full count. Now, do the Reds start Foster? Take a look at Minke's statistics as Sandian visits Justy. Minke struck out 76 times this year, 447 trips to the plate. Relatively high average. So do you risk it? Do you have Foster go and risk Minke striking out? Let's see. 3-2 the count. Time is called. Minke backs out. Now then he climbs in. Here's the stretch. Foster goes. Minke fouls it straight back. So The Reds were sending Foster. We'll try to get a station break in a minute. 3-2 the count. And time is called now. Jesse backs off the rubber, and the crowd, 41,000 collectively, calls for a balk, but it wasn't. He stepped off. The throw to first base. Foster diving back in just to make sure. Jesse ready to work again. Again a throw to first. Foster back. Roberto now playing first base. Sargent is out of the game. Moose and Miles in the Pirate bullpen. Jesse is set. Foster goes. 3-2 pitch. Line foul into the Pirate bullpen. So Menke got good wood. Lined it foul, and we pause for station identification. Count. Jesse set. 3-2 pitch. Foster goes. Menke gets it to left field. Foster will stop at second base. So Menke, a ground single to left. The pennant is at second base. Nobody out. Geronimo is the batter. The Reds 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The Pirates 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Cash coming to the mound. To the Pirates out in front from the second inning on. They led 2-0 in the second. The Reds got a run in the third. The Pirates picked up one in the fourth. The Reds got one in the fifth. It stayed that way. It was 3-2. Here in the ninth, Johnny Benson, opposite field home run. Tony Perez a single to center. Dennis Menke a single to left. The pinch runner George Foster, who is the pennant, is at second base. Nobody out. Geronimo the batter. The Pirates expect him to bunt. Jesse ready. Geronimo around a bunt, takes very high. Ball 1. Cheney on deck. 1-0 the count. Time is called now. As Sanguillen goes to the mound, Ramett goes to talk to Foster. Seeing the way the Pirates played it, Robertson charging in, Hebner charging in that time with Alley, the shortstop, going over to cover third. Reds 3, Pirates 3, bottom of the ninth. Foster at second, Menke at first, nobody out. Geronimo is waiting at the plate. Justy with a sign. Here's the stretch. 1-0, Geronimo takes high, ball 2, 2-0. Here comes Burden, and so he's going to make a change here. He's got Riles, and he has Moose in the bullpen. It's 2-0 on Geronimo. I know for those of you on the Reds Baseball Network, I do not have to do any apologizing at all. For those of you who have picked us up around the country, we appreciate the fact that we were selected to broadcast the game around the country, and if there's a little partiality being shown, I think you can understand why. That's all for Justy, and Bob Moose will come on. Bob Moose is making his second appearance in this series. He was the starting pitcher on Sunday and did not get anybody out. He gave up a single to Rose, a single to Morgan, a double to Tolan, a double to Bench, a double to Perez. So he comes in a spot where he has to face Geronimo with a count 2 balls and no strikes. Foster, who is the pennant-winning run at second base. Dennis Menke on at first. Ramett even talks to Menke. And now he's going to go out and check with Foster. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Since we do all the Reds games and saw all of Bench's home runs, I would have to go back in the book to find out to which field he hit every home run. But of his 40, I would guess, just as an estimate, that he hit 32 to left field. I'd say maybe 6 or 7 to center and 1 or 2 to right. His home run here came to right field with 2 strikes. The man has incredible power. He took 2 vicious cuts. He had 2 strikes. He took another cut. He hit the ball into the upper deck here, which is a jolt, even though it was fouled by plenty. Then he teed off and hit a ball over the right center field fence. That tied the game. Perez singled to center. Foster went into run form. Menke then singled to left. And Cesar Geronimo, the batter. Geronimo has twice grounded to first, and he hit a home run in the 5th inning to get the Reds to within 1. So Bob Moose, who was 13-10 this season, with a 2.9 earned run average, appeared only 1 time this season in relief, and it was against the Reds, and he picked up a save. So here he is in relief. Robertson ready to charge in from first. Hebner staying back at third. We'll see how the Pirates defend it. Geronimo up in a bunch situation, but he may be taking all the way. Let's see. 2-0 to count. Moose is set. And looks back, bluffs to throw back to second base. The Pirates had their play on where Alley, the shortstop, goes to third and Hebner charges in. Robertson in front of Menke at first. Moose stomps at the rubber. Now the right-hander is set. A check, and the pitch on the way. Geronimo swings and misses. 2-1. So the Reds had him swinging at the first pitch. 2-1 the count. Jack Dillingham and Jim McLaughlin throwing in the bullpen for the Reds. Nelson Riles and the Pirate fan. On deck for the Reds is Darrell Cheney. Moose checking as the sign. And the 2-1 pitch, Geronimo bunts foul off to the left, so the count is now 2-2. So Bob Moose, in a key pressure situation, has gotten 2 strikes on Cesar Geronimo. 2-2 the count. Now let's see how the Pirates play it. Moose is talking with Gene Alley, the shortstop. Crowd gets going wild. Hardly have to tell you that. Geronimo waiting. Moose looks in, has the sign, and the stretch. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, hit in the air to deep right field. Clemente going back, and he will make the catch on the warning track. Foster tags at second, on his way to third. The throw is cut off. So the pennant's now at third base on a long out. We have 1 out, a long out, deep enough to get Foster to third. The pennant at third base. Menke at first base. Burden is going to the mound. Darrell Cheney is the hitter. Clay Carroll is due to bat after Cheney. The Reds have extended Eulander and Haig as pinch hitters today. They have Hal McRae on the bench, a right-hand batter. Bill Plummer could conceivably pinch hit. Julian Javier, should Cheney be unable to get the winning run home. The Reds, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The Pirates, 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Foster at third. Menke at first. 1 out. Bottom of the 9th. The game tied 3-3. Burden heading back to the dugout. outfield is shallow. They have to be. The infield is in. They have to be. As Cheney stands in. Cheney has singled, struck out, and grounded out. Foster at third. Menke at first. Nobody is out in the on-deck circle. Moves is set. The pitch to Cheney. Darrell takes low, ball one. 1-0. Sparky Anderson not tipping his hat. If Burton wanted to, he could demand that somebody be placed in the on-deck circle, and I'm sure Anderson would put Carroll out there, so that would be fruitless. Sparky will not tip his hand as to who would bat next. One and the count. Moose at the belt. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Cheney fouls it back, and the count is 1-1. Hebner at third, in very shallow. Alley and Cash both up. Robertson at first base, just behind the runner. The count. Moose set to work again. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A pitch out. Nothing doing. The Pirates thought the Reds might have a squeeze on it. 2-1. Cheney waiting. Darrell from Hammond, Indiana. Doing the shortstop this season with Dave Concepcion. It's 260. Moose ready. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Cheney swings, pops it in the air to shallow left. Gene Alley is going out. Stennett is coming in, and they come together, and Alley makes the catch, gets it in, and the run has to hold at third. So Cheney cannot deliver. He pops out to the shortstop as Stennett and Alley both come together. So there's two down now, and the Reds need more than a fly ball to win the game. And Hal McRae comes up to pinch hit for Clay Carroll. Hal McRae pinch hitting. He was the Reds' most productive pinch hitter this year. He was 10 for 40, hit 250 as a pinch hitter, had 4 pinch hit home runs. Batted .281 during the year with 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Dillingham and McLaughlin in the bullpen. It'll be one of them if we go to extra innings. Foster at third. Menke at first. 2 down. Moose checking with Sandian. The stretch. The pitch on the way. McRae swings and misses. One after a slider on the outside corner. 0-1. So the Pirates trying to stay alive after it looked like they were gone. Justy went to 2-0 on Geronimo. Moose came in. Got Geronimo. Got Cheney. And now it's up to McRae. A tie game. Bottom of the 9th inning. Moose stands on the first base side of the rubber, takes off the sign. Now in agreement. He's set, and the strike one pitch on the way is outside, ball one. 1-1. On deck, Pete Rose. Moose turns his back on the plate. Back of the rubber now, kicking at the rubber. Mops his brow. Punches over, takes the side. The stretch, and the 1-1 pitch to McRae. In the dirt, it's a wild pitch. Here comes Foster. The Reds win the pennant. Throws a wild pitch, and the Reds have won the National League pennant. 4-3 Cincinnati. Foster scores. It's all over. It's the Reds against Detroit or Oakland on Saturday. Back with the totals and highlights right after this message.
Well, what a finish and what a doubleheader today, huh? How about that? In the Detroit game, Oakland looked like they had it sewed up, and they went down the bottom of the 10th, and they scored, and that was unearned, and now we have an unearned win here. Another thriller in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh leading 3-2 at blank Pittsburgh in the 6th, 7th. Had blank Cincinnati in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and the Reds come up with an unearned run, a wild pitch, and you know how bad Bob Moose must feel right now for Pittsburgh. One of the veterans of the Pittsburgh staff throwing it into the dirt, back to the backstop. Foster coming in from third with the winning run, and the Cincinnati Reds now will face either Oakland or Detroit, and we won't know that until Thursday. And they have some red faces in Detroit today. They already had the Will Heritage Trophy with a plaque written on there, Oakland A's, already screwed on, and they had to change that. They had to take the nameplate off after Detroit came back to win that second game for them this year. Now for the wrap-up, let's go back to Cincinnati.
Totals at Riverfront Stadium, a place that has gone absolutely berserk. The Reds 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The Pirates 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Clay Cowell the winner. Dave Justy the loser. Johnny Bench ties the game in the 9th inning with a home run. And then Bob Moose, who looked like he was on his way to working out of a crucial situation, wild pitched home the winning run. So the Reds win it 4-3. 2 days off. Game 1 of the World Series here on Saturday. On NBC TV, I'll be there along with Kurt Dowding and Tony Kubek. Jim Simpson will handle the radio along with either Monty Moore or Ernie Harwell, depending on who wins Detroit and Oakland. And a reminder, tickets are now on sale at Riverfront Stadium for the World Series. For those of you around the country, we hope you've enjoyed the series. For those of you on the Reds Baseball Network, we know you've enjoyed the series. And we'll be going down to the locker room with Joe Nuxhall, so